Does it give you the ability to start recording over on your end?
Yeah.
Oh, well, go ahead and hit it. That's weird.
Hello.
All right. Go for it, Matt.
Sorry, I just paused recording. So, hi, Jeremy. We are back. We used to do a show weekly, and now we upped it. We got a title for our show. We have a new logo for the show, and Dennis is having me do this for the first time, the intro, maybe to test me, see how hard it is. So this is Matt Bernstein and Dennis J. Smith. We are the co-hosts together for the show, How to Make Money Online. And we're two Udemy instructors who have found success teaching other people how to make money online and start and grow their own home businesses. Dennis is a really good networker, and he's a really good affiliate marketer. So today he's going to share some of the things that he does in order to be successful affiliate marketing and networking across social media. I myself am a Udemy instructor who is, good evening, Jeremy, who is trying to rely less on Udemy. And I opened up my own membership website called skillhance.com. And currently on Udemy, I'm teaching 50,000 students across 186 countries. So we're going to learn inside secrets about how I do that, as well as what I do on other platforms and starting my own membership website, skillhance.com. As a reminder, if somebody has a question, you can do a /Q to ask such questions, and Dennis and I will get to it either during the show or we'll have time at the end for Q&A. And to let us know that we're doing a good job, everybody knows that, these things, give us a nice little round of applause to let Dennis know that we're doing a great job so that we can keep doing these. And we're going to keep doing these weekly, 1 p.m. Pacific time and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to upload these to YouTube, Facebook, and see if you guys, Dennis, I like the shirt.
Thanks.
Blab gave you that one?
Just trying to raise the roof. Yeah. I have a friend at Blab. Am I echoing?
They just gave that to you?
Yeah, they gave it to me. Remember, I had told you that Barb was the one who had sent us that, and I sent you the link, and you said Barb had sent it to you. So I guess they never sent you your T-shirt.
No, I signed up too, and before you even told me. So we'll see if I get it.
Thanks,
Phil. That's why we took the time off.
Yeah, and Phil was giving me a compliment on the lighting and all of that. I'm actually up in the bonus room, and the fan, I guess I haven't shut it off yet from the summer, but that thing right there, what do we call those things? I forget. A trifold?
I think it's I don't know. I don't even know. It's like a dorm room thing. Phil doesn't like the fan. I liked the fan.
Yeah.
Turn off that fan real quick and then come back, introduce yourself, and then we'll get going.
Watch this. There we go.
Cover it.
That's how much it snowed here.
Do we have the live office view?
Yeah, I don't know how to turn the fan off up here.
So while we get started, we only have 16 people in here. How about everybody tell a little bird, post to Facebook, let everybody know, post to some of the Udemy groups that we're all in. You don't have to post totally to every Udemy group if everybody's doing that, like Phil and Jeremy, I know who's in here. Is Barb and Christy in here today? Dennis and I used to do a show, and it had no direction at all, no way to leverage anything that we were doing in the show. Now Phil Ebner made us a great title and logo for the show. So thank you to Phil. Everybody can catch his Blab show as well at 6 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's a great passive income show with Phil Ebner, who is totally killing it on Udemy, as well as Dave Espino, who I've actually been following for the past 15 years. He's been doing a great job. So you can catch that show. We're kind of opening for them. And you know what? I like doing that. I like opening for them. So on that note, Dennis, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and we'll get into why you do it and how you're successful doing it.
Is the lighting still okay? Because I couldn't figure out how to turn off the fan, so I just turned off everything.
I think it looks great.
Okay, Good. All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Dennis Smith, and I'm coming to you from near Boise, Idaho. I'm up in the bonus room today because I wanted to do something a little bit different and be able to look out at the nice view, which is cloudy today. But anyway, I've been a Udemy instructor since 2014, or was it 2014? Gosh, who knows what year it is anymore. But I have about 16,000 students on Udemy, and I have 7 courses, but I do a lot of different stuff. I do affiliate marketing with my websites, onlinecoursecoupons.com and $1 courses. And Matt's joined me, and now we're promoting $2 courses. So I'm going to talk to you about Udemy affiliate marketing today, just kind of cover that and answer any questions somebody has, because I believe in the whole passive income setup. So I wrote a book a couple of years ago on social media, and I'm writing a book right now that I'm trying to finish up on Udemy Life, and it's going to talk about different interviews that I've had with Udemy instructors like Matt and Phil and other instructors that are on the Udemy platform. But I believe in spreading yourself out, not maybe not as much as, like I might be doing, because if you spread yourself too thin, then it can become kind of difficult. But I have the websites, I have the Udemy courses, and then I have the books and just some other ideas that kind of pop into my head. There's a term called serial entrepreneur, and maybe that's my personality, and that it can go with like when I speak sometimes that I have to make sure that I stay focused and on task. But I just, I'm like Matt, like looking for ways to make income and, do things like the show and stuff like that to bring our expertise to others to hope actually make life better for others from what we've learned. So thanks for taking time today out of your day to join us. Go ahead, Matt.
And out of curiosity, would you want to talk about your book, Udemy Life, a little bit, or are you going to wait for that to be released?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind talking about it. It's like I started back in October. The reason why I got the idea is because in the Udemy studio, a lot of instructors talk about their earnings, or, somebody like Phil, who's gone to Switzerland and I believe the Philippines, and myself doing some traveling. I rented a car and went to Bend, Oregon, where I met Barb and another guy there, and went to the Oregon coast where I've never been, drove up to Crater Lake, drove up to Seattle where I used to live, came back through Oregon and explored some other areas. And I did that several times last year. And during one trip, I started getting the idea, like, what I'm experiencing is what I would say would be Udemy life. And that would be the lifestyle or how it's changed since I've come across Udemy and others have discovered Udemy. It's changed a lot of lives. People who are now working from home, traveling, paying for rent, buying cars, buying homes, all kinds of things. And so that's how I decided to write the book. And so I connected with the instructors like yourself and Phil and Rob and Joe Paris, a bunch of instructors that I interviewed on Skype. And then I also did a survey and asked people specific questions so we could kind of have like the pulse of Udemy. And so that's kind of the stuff that's going to be in the book, and it's going to connect people to those interviews. And I think that it's something that's going to bring good information to not only those who are on Udemy now, but those who are looking at Udemy and those who will come on board, down the road. Information from great instructors that will make their experience even better than maybe the experience that senior instructors had, not having a clue on things like marketing or whatever. So there's good solid advice.
And I think that's great too, because Udemy's allowed so many other instructors like ourselves to make a passive income. I wouldn't be here without Udemy. With that said, I don't want to feel ungrateful, but I don't want to rely on Udemy anymore. So this chat might come across of, we're not really going to be talking about Udemy. I feel like a lot of people here know about Udemy, and if I'm wrong, or Dennis can talk about Udemy because he markets Udemy courses. Me, on the other hand, I'm doing fine on Udemy. I want to spread myself out. So we're going to talk about other platforms that I'm on. And I mean, let's just jump right into it.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and talk about your stuff with these different places, including your new website, so that people can get familiar with that. And then I'll talk about affiliate marketing.
Okay. Well, first I'd like to talk about what I'm selling on Udemy and what the courses are about. When I was in college, I was learning about this huge income inequality. And at the time I was selling on eBay and was making a part-time income doing that. So I thought it would be great to leverage and teach people how to also sell on eBay retail products and sourcing them from wholesalers. And so that's the why I'm doing it. And I also teach people how to teach on Udemy, as well as personal finance and everything else. So I found some initial success on Udemy by giving away my courses for free, creating multiple courses, and cross-promoting them for $10 each. Also using Dennis's affiliate marketing strategies, listing it for $1 courses, $2 courses, and his online course coupons, other affiliate marketing websites as well. And now I'm using my existing content and placing it on other websites such as Skillshare.com, which gives you about $1 or $2 per enrollment. So that's just extra income from my existing content. And as well as ofcourse.co.uk and edurilla.com. And I've also started my own membership website called Skillhance. And the reason why I've done that is because instead of selling my courses for $10 each, and if I have true fans who want to buy my courses for $10 each, they have the opportunity to subscribe to my website for $7 a month, and new courses are being added to. So it's just more of a financial, it just makes sense financially that your value is being added and everything else. And why I also started my membership website is because eventually I'd love to bring in instructors like Dennis, like Phil, like Jeremy, and also teach skills about the skills that you'd need to make money online and start and grow a home business. So, because I mean, obviously, you know that I don't know everything. So it'd be great to have other instructors on there. So one question that I have for Dennis is, how are you getting me so many students for $1 to $2? Like, what are some of the things that you're doing to market?
Well, you know, I never sleep is one of them, but I think it's my social media marketing background, because that was the first book, is how to promote your business or cause using social media. So I'm always following like the latest in social media and looking for new tools. So I am building networks on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram, and just constantly pushing courses for people like yourself and other Udemy instructors out there, and thinking of new ways to market those courses, you know, kind of like what we're doing right now with Blab, is that this is an excellent tools for Udemy instructors to promote their courses, especially like if they have like a niche topic or something like that, you know, like WordPress, or Jeremy does Canva. Phil has his photography courses. Dave, you know, also does eBay. But going into these tools like Blab, and before we started talking today, we were talking about Facebook mentions or Facebook Live. You have to watch for that kind of stuff, because, you know, we're thinking that maybe once Facebook rolls that out to everyone, it could be a Blab killer. And so you have to watch for that kind of stuff, and making sure that, I guess for lack of better words, is knowing when to jump ship and make sure that you're on board, because we all know that Facebook is the world's largest social media platform with over 1 billion users. And so that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. Whereas some of these other ones are specifically targeted to groups of people, like Pinterest has always been popular with females, and LinkedIn has been popular with business people, are professionals. So I'm just always watching for that kind of stuff, and making sure that I know where the people are to market to.
So basically you're leveraging social media and using the social media to cater to that audience. LinkedIn for business, Pinterest for women, mostly 80%. And basically because I know you as a very good networker. So do you just personally go in and just cater to individuals and network with them? Is that one of your keys to success with affiliate marketing?
Well, as far as getting people to, like submit their courses on my sites, that's something that I started a long time ago, because I'm smart as far as like, you can't just like go in your face with type stuff. I get to know people, and I get to know a lot. Like you and I have known each other for over a year, and I know, it's like almost like, even though we don't live in the same city, that I consider you a friend, as well as people like Phil and Jeremy. I know a lot about their lives and their courses and stuff like that. So I get to know the individuals that I'm helping, so that I can give them suggestions. I mean, even somebody like Phil, who is making great money, he just recently went over to ConvertKit, which is because he's got a large audience. And so I made that suggestion that his next area to move to would be email marketing and a sequence of emails. So just finding ways to help people to be able to effectively market their courses, because what works well for one individual doesn't always work well for another individual. And I even struggle with that sometimes with my own courses on Udemy. I don't have as many courses as some of the people out there, and that's just because I kind of spread myself out. But yeah, it's just networking and connecting with people and building relationships with people, I think, is the most important thing in business, is getting to know the people that you do business with.
I think that's huge, because you're taking the mindset of helping one person at a time is better than helping 0 people out.
Yeah.
We take this like macro view of everything, like, hey, how can I enroll like 1,000 students in there? Start with enrolling one paying student in there and catering to them. And then over time, you'll build up 5,000 true fans. And between you and I know Phil Ebener is killing it with great student engagement. Like he's very good at doing that kind of stuff and building relationships. I don't know with his students, like I don't know how much on an individual level, but I know he's probably the best around with that. And I definitely look up to him for doing that. So I think a very most important thing is to cater to your students and give them great value up front. And over the course of your lifetime, you'll build these relationships with them. And so, I mean, for instance, even just for Dennis and I, if I ever switched to ConvertKit and paying ConvertKit $50 a month, I would go through Dennis in my affiliate link and in his affiliate link, and he'd earn 40% of that. So it's just, that's like one thing. Like me and Dennis are great friends, and I'm not necessarily buying any of his courses. He would give that to me for free, but I would support him in his other endeavors that make sense. So that's just one example, but the possibilities are endless when you build up partnerships and relationships with their students.
Yeah, it's I mean, with something like ConvertKit or whatever, I mean, you asked a question the other day, and we kind of discussed that offline, like why I made the switch. I wrote an article. I wanted to go with something new, was my main reason, because I was tired of MailChimp, because, I was adding new students. And with ConvertKit, one of the things that I like the most is that visually when I log in, that I can see right away a graph of each day of where I'm adding new subscribers and to what lists. And I think that's really cool because with MailChimp, I don't see that right away when I log in. I think that their interface is cluttered. The other thing is they do have autoresponders, but they don't have that available if you're on one of their free accounts. Now, I always recommend something like MailChimp for people who are just starting out with a mailing list because it's free up to 2,000 subscribers. So why pay, why pay somebody, $29, $49 or whatever a month if you're not taking the time to really get serious about creating your list, but at least be creating, like adding, like starting a list, and then you can move to something a little more sophisticated like ConvertKit or whatever. But because the saying is the money is in the list, and if you're really serious about adding more students, you got to do stuff like that. You got to do a blog, you got to do an email list, you got to tweet out like your coupons or something like that. Even if you have a small following on Twitter, I mean, we'll talk about how much I've been able to accomplish with my affiliate marketing. I don't have like an extremely large list. It's somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 because I've left some of them on MailChimp and brought over my most important list over to ConvertKit. So it doesn't take that much. I know somebody who had a list of 300 and made over $750,000 in ebook sales. And that's the guy who created ConvertKit, Nathan Barry. So it is possible to have a small list and be able to monetize it to make you a sizable income online.
So just deciphering what you said there, posting regularly to a blog is a great way to find people, get people to know who you are, and then leveraging your viewers and having them sign up for your email lists and then sending them through like an email campaign and then having them buy something for you. So what would something like your autoresponder email thing look like?
So I know that you use SumoMe, and that was something that I'll put this out there in the chat a little bit later, is some resources that I put together for this blab. I used it for other blabs too, because I like to provide people with information when we're doing a blab. And so I added some stuff out there, but SumoMe is one of those that I use, and it's tools for email marketing and capturing email addresses on your websites. And they have free apps and they have premium apps. Well, one of those that I like is what's called the Welcome Mat. And it's not the mat that we're speaking with today, but it's something that comes down over the screen and gives somebody an offer to entice them to sign up for your list. And you usually have what's called a lead magnet. And that's something like maybe a PDF or an ebook. Phil's got a great freelance ebook that he's got that he offers on his website, and other people have their ebooks or whatever. I have chosen to offer one of my courses on WordPress marketing for free, and I've set up Twitter to send out a tweet like constantly at various times throughout the week. And, that's bringing in several new subscribers. And then with ConvertKit, I put them into a course, and it's basically a sequence of emails. I'm not sure why they name it a course, but it's more of a sequence or autoresponder type deal. And I've set up a chain of emails that go out, and they're spaced accordingly. And you want to, when you do something like that, you want to keep in mind that you do what, everybody talks about the 80-20 rule. And that means 80% in this situation, sending out advice for free, and maybe 20% saying, hey, by the way, if you like my WordPress marketing course, you might like this course or something like that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your course. it could be because we're going to talk about affiliate marketing, and it could be somebody else's course on Udemy that's a really powerful seller. And so there's different ways that you go about that. But that's basically, in a nutshell, the sequence that I go through to capture the email address and then start marketing to them.
Cool. And that's something that everybody can use. Like SumoMe is free. And I really liked what you said too about 80% of the time you're giving away advice, you're adding value to your customer or student, and then 20% of the time you're using to promote. I mean, I'll go ahead and give a couple of my concepts, what I like to do. Yeah. I'm a huge proponent, as I mentioned earlier, about listing your existing content. What are you all drinking? Water. When we used to do this thing, we used to drink beers. So we're not doing that anymore. We're serious now. So
that's funny, because remember what I told you, like when we were chatting on the Hangouts before this, I was drinking, this is Pepsi right here, but I went downstairs because I told Matt, I'll be honest, I said I was a little nervous, and he was asking me why I was nervous, and I said, I don't know. It's like, I think it's more of just like excitement or whatever. But I went down and poured a little rum into my Pepsis.
All right, here you go. Okay, so I'm a huge proponent of listing your existing content to other courses, to other places. So I gave a list earlier. You can scroll up and do that there. It's not that much extra work, and it will earn you extra money online. Another example of this would be this Blab. We're going to make this Blab into a podcast. This is actually a podcast first, just because I feel like if Facebook Live made a similar Blab, because they're doing Facebook Live, so if we can have a co-host on here as well as guests log in, I think probably Blab's done if Facebook does that. They'll just stop it. So we're going to make this into a YouTube video. We're going to embed this video on Facebook. We're going to have a quote, one of Dennis's great quotes. We're going to post that to Instagram, Pinterest, everything else. So it's about using your existing content and redoing it and applying it to another, either whether social media platform or something like that. So I saw Dennis, gave a nice little nod that, hey, cool, we're making this into an Instagram quote too. So I think that's one of my keys to success, because I'm just one individual with my own one man business, skillhance.com. I'm building partnerships with Dennis, hopefully Phil, hopefully Jeremy, and other people that I know. So it's leveraging these partnerships as well as these other platforms you have at your disposal, because you can't do it all yourself. And that's what Skillhance basically is. It's just a way for me to add value and not rely solely on these other platforms. I want direct communication with my students, and I think everybody should do that. You can learn how to build a WordPress website. There are so many courses that Dennis has marketed to his student base and everything else. So that's basically that. And I don't want to go too quick and go everywhere else. So what would you like to talk about next, Dennis? This is my first time hosting the show. Dennis is usually the host. And this is just a learning experience for me.
Did you get Johan's question there?
Yeah, I mean, we can get that kind of towards the end, because I feel like this isn't necessarily, like, my strategy isn't necessarily of how I'm going to share the revenue on Skillhance. If you have a course up there, this has nothing to do with the membership website. I would like to list courses on there for $19. It could be something similar to Udemy. It could be either 50% revenue stream, or I would do something, whether it be, 60% to you guys. It's something like that. The membership website, I don't know how I would do it, but it would probably be total minutes or total enrollments for the month. And then you get $1 or $2 out of the whole revenue sharing, something similar to Skillhance or the once beloved Skill feed, where they're just split up the percentages of minutes, or we can split up the enrollments. like that. So that's to answer your question, Johan. I think that's just what I've thought about. I mean, we would get, so if you wanted to eventually list something to Skillhance, if anyone would like to, then, you know, we can make up the revenue share together. And I mean, I think that's the best, because you can have a strategy, I can have a strategy, but once the real world hits it, and once you get hit in the face by the real world, everybody's plan, you know, goes to shit, right? So I feel like Phil has the infinite, it's like a half Mike Tyson quote right there. Exactly. We're in it together. So if somebody, you know, you can contact me at matt@skillhance.com if you have any questions about the wanting to upload your courses up to Skillhance. Thank you.
Matt is the first one to say the word shit on the show, so I'm going to note that.
We'll edit it out on the podcast. It's no big deal.
Bleep. So Jeremy is asking, do you have an autoresponder series? This is for me, set up for my email marketing. And I think we kind of covered that I do with ConvertKit. I have a series of emails that go out every so many days. I can set it accordingly. The cool thing about ConvertKit, that sequence, I can drag and drop that sequence and move it around. But I use, like I was saying, the 80-20 rule. I try to keep 80% of the messages something that's not about me. It's information that's helpful. Like in the sequence to Udemy instructors that I send out, Scott Duffy's course on piracy, because it's a free course, it's one of those that I recommend that all instructors take a look at that course. And so it's one of the sequences in the email. And then, of course, you know, reminding people about things like $1 courses and $2 courses, and just some of the things that I do, like Fiverr Gigs and stuff like that, and the ability to put your course on the homepage of onlinecoursecoupons.com. Yes, that costs some money to do that, but it's affordable. And I want to remind people that that option is out there as an instructor, or else I'm not doing my job in what I want to do, helping others, unless I mention something like that. So it's just kind of a blend of both of those. So it's
just about leveraging and monetizing your assets, what you have. You have an email list, you have the skills to be able to create these Fiverr gigs, whether it be teaching people how to do WordPress, building a WordPress website and stuff like that. I know you didn't mention that. I know you mentioned you're monetizing your website that gets many views, and having them push a listing, having it bolded on your website. And, or for example, I know you didn't mention this yet either, but you have a Facebook group with over 3,500 people that you built over the course of time, and now you're monetizing it by having pin posts on there. And it's just like, it's about monetizing your assets.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So you could we could be sitting here teaching people how to start doing Udemy courses. I started out, I still have my Blue Yeti microphone. If you like the audio quality, you can get it on my resources page. But the thing is, that resource is an affiliate link. So if you buy that, I make money from it. It's about monetizing everything like that. I can even sell my template to my website if I wanted to. If somebody wants a website like skillhance.com, I can make some money doing that too. And it's helping people, because, you know, they can just make their homepage unique as opposed to what mine is. They can just change the color in the background, but most of the work is done. Those are just a few examples, but it's just thinking about and monetizing what you've already done, the work that you've put in, and leveraging that to make more money.
Yeah, and we often forget about that. That's something that you and I have talked about. When you mentioned the Blue Yeti microphone, I have the Blue Yeti microphone, and I also have downstairs a stand-up desk that Phil Ebner has, that I ended up buying one like it so that I could stand up more often, which is good for your health. And I haven't written a blog post yet on that desk, but I could do that. And I could, link to my Amazon affiliate account, so that when people come across that, if they click, and they buy that desk, then I'm going to get money for that. And if they buy anything else, if they decide that the desk isn't for them and they buy CDs or something else on Amazon.com, then I get a kickback for that. Same thing with the equipment that we use as instructors. Besides this, I've got a Logitech camera that's over on the windowsill pointing out across the street so that I can broadcast live. And I could write a blog post about that and just let people know that they could buy that. They could connect it to a cheap laptop or whatever and broadcast live, wherever they're at. And it's really inexpensive for something like that too.
And I mean, that's great with what we're doing too, because it's basically just being an open book. And if you want to replicate some of the success that we have, here are the tools that we have. Here's what we're doing in order to be successful, and being able to just monetize that. And I think that that's also key in making money online as well.
Yeah. Matter of fact, here's a link to that broadcasting live. If you want to see what that looks like, you can click on that link, and what I'm seeing right now, you can see the view that I'm seeing right now. It's gray and everything's dead out there because it's the middle of winter, but when it snows, it's actually a pretty view out there. But yeah, I guess maybe we could go ahead and segue into affiliate marketing if you're okay with that.
Your face is kind of like in the tab. Okay, cool. So do you want to start up? So that was like, yeah, we nicely segued into affiliate marketing. That's like one thing. It's just basically marketing the tools that you're already using is one great way. Dennis, tell us a couple other great ways that you've had success in your affiliate marketing endeavors.
Well, what I'd like to kind of do is just kind of start off a little bit like why I got into it and just kind of my history with affiliate marketing. I have been trying that stuff off and on with like Amazon and have never quite figured out the formula because I do WordPress websites. And so I've seen other success stories with affiliate marketing. So I've always tried it a little bit myself. And, we go through failures a lot of times in life before we find our success. And then I came across Udemy, and months into it, started thinking about, things like there were people talking about, oh, I've got my course, it's live. What do I do next? And so I started putting together a list of coupon websites that were out there so instructors could add their courses to those sites. And I thought, well, if they've got these sites, like, why not me? And so I came across the affiliate marketing program, which is done through Linkshare, which actually has a funny name, Rakuten or something like that. I think it's now like owned by a Japanese company, and I had a link with all of that stuff here. So here's the link. This is a link to the show resources, and at the bottom of this link, the stuff that I'm talking about right now on affiliate marketing is at the bottom of that, including where to go sign up on udemy.com for that. So I started thinking about like, I'm going to do websites, and I had already gone through on one of those, like maybe a domain name hoarder or something like that. I had all these domain names where I come up with an idea for a business and grab the domain name, and then it never really materializes. So I got onlinecoursecoupons.com and built the site with a theme that I was already using for a client of mine. And then I tied that into some plugins that I had been using so that people could submit their courses, and then I could display the links to do that. And in order to be able to do that, you have to have that account from Linkshare. So you have to have a website or an email list, and it's got to have like a fairly sizable following in order to get approved. Now you can go, let's say for some reason you don't get approved, you can go through the Udemy affiliate program and ask them to say you're a Udemy instructor, and they might go ahead and allow you to do it. So I built onlinecoursecoupons.com, and because I had my connections with other instructors, I started putting that together. And then, of course, naturally, I started building these networks out there like we were talking about earlier, Twitter. Facebook pages and Facebook groups to be able to market that stuff to large amount of people. So I did that. And then I don't know like when it was, but then I got the idea for these $1 courses because I have a book out and there are Kindle books out there for 99 cents. So I'm like, well, if not Kindle courses, why not Udemy courses? And some people kind of frown at like, well, it's just $1 and I'm not going to make much because, you know, all honesty, it's like a quarter that a Udemy instructor is going to make, and myself as an affiliate, I'm going to make 40%, and Udemy is going to make the rest of that. I don't look at it that way. I always look at the end of the month, what is my goal? How much money do I want to end the month with? That's what I do. I'm not looking like at how much I'm, if I'm making $1 for the course or if I'm making $15 or whatever. So I think of it as a great way to take a slow course and be able to add more students to that slow course or launch a new course, because you can go to Best Black Hat Forum and you can put a coupon for free on there and people are going to snatch it up. But I can tell you that a lot of those people are never going to engage in your course. Even people who pay $15 might not take your course for a while. I've bought courses at $10 and $15 that I haven't been able to take yet because I have a busy schedule, but I wanted to get them when they were on sale at a good price. And plus, I like to be able to help other instructors out whenever I can by buying a course that I think I'm going to get, something back. Even at $10, like a course, I mean, my God, if you get like just a little bit from that course, you're going to make that up right away. So I think like with the $1 course, you're going to get a little more engagement than you would with a free course, and $1 is not that far away from free. So I did that, and
can I jump in and just add a couple comments?
Yeah.
Well, and what I also love about that too is like what he was saying, a slow course. So a course that hasn't been making any sales. When Dennis gets to it, and either you can give your course away for free to 100 people, or you can give it to Dennis and he'll market it for you, get you some $1 sales. And you'll actually find that Udemy will start marketing your course again now that it has new students in there, whether it be paid or free. Obviously, paid is better. So that's one positive of doing that, as well as about 3 months ago, I did a pay what you want to my students to a cross promoting. And when I sent out the email, I was offering $1 or $2 courses. Now I settled on $2 because I was making more money from the students, and it didn't seem like students really saw the difference between $1 or $2. So if you have 40 courses like Phil Ebner, or now I have 20 courses. So at the time I had 10, people were spending $2 per 10 courses, and I was getting $2 a course. So that's $20 right there that I wouldn't have without using Dennis to begin with. So I just wanted to add that in there as another great way to just make money doing the $1 to $2 course coupons.
Yeah.
So Dennis, you can continue.
Oh no, I was just like thinking about that stuff, like my thought on that. So I mean, $1 doesn't seem like a lot, but the site now is nearing 600 courses at $1. And just recently with Matt, we've started $2 courses on the website because Matt, with his testing, discovered like that those seem to sell well. And same thing like on when you put those out on Best Black Hat Forum in the paid courses, that they were doing well for him. So we decided to go work together with that kind of stuff, and got a separate affiliate account through not a separate account. You can add, like with that, you can add different channels and stuff like that. So the money goes into different areas. So you can kind of keep that separate from the stuff that I do, separately on my own. But we we did that. And so now we're in the process of getting instructors to add their courses, like $2 courses. And we've seen some people who have been interested in it. But, you know, the thing is it's, you know, people talk about the full price sales and stuff like that, making some, you can make, like, you know, if somebody buys a $300 course and you get 40% of that, you can make some decent income. But it's very rare. I think it would be interesting to see the numbers from Udemy that somebody's going to pay full price for a course on Udemy, unless it's like maybe one of those courses out there, the flagship courses or whatever, that have a lot of value to it. But I would say that most of the courses in general, I mean, I'm an instructor and I wouldn't pay full price, but, you know, that's because I'm an instructor and I know that they go on sale. But at, you know, $10 and $15, you're going to make $4 or $5 a sell. Whereas if you have like a course for $1, it's 40 cents. But I can tell you, if you're doing things right and you're driving volume, it has huge potential. And I don't mind like sharing like what I've done over the course of the last year, because I've told, you know, I talked to Matt about this stuff, and I tell him like my goal is to be generating a couple of $1,000s or more a month in affiliate marketing. And things build over the course of time because you discover things that work and don't work or whatever. But I built my way up from like a couple $100s a month to, in December, I hit my first $1,000 month in income from affiliate revenue. And I don't know what other affiliates are doing out there. I'm sure that there's others that do more than that. But remember that these are courses, a lot of these are courses that are selling at $1.40. I mean, it takes a lot of courses at that price to add up to something like, you know, $1,000. But before that, you know, I've had like $700 and $800 months. And sometimes that revenue is more than what my Udemy income has been, because I have 7 courses, and some months are good and other months are, you know, not so good. And you just keep going at it and just thinking about ways that you can get people to come across your links and stuff like that you're sharing out there. So if you're somebody out there that you have a website or something like that, or a mailing list with significant traffic, then, you know, Udemy affiliate marketing program is something that they might want to look at.
You know, like we were talking about before in our hangout, there are so many other options that you can market with affiliate marketing, but Udemy stands out because they give you 40 or 50% of the commission. And that's just, I mean, you don't see that if you're going to pick another affiliate product to promote.
Yeah. And you know that the thing is too, is that, are you still able to hear me?
We can hear you. Why?
Oh, I had an incoming call on Hangouts, and so I was going in real quick and muting it so that no more calls would come in. So I'm sorry. So you were just talking about towards the end there. What were you saying, Matt?
Comparing other affiliate products that people can promote online compared to Udemy, because Udemy has that delicious 40% or 50% commission, which you don't see on other affiliate platforms.
True. And online courses is hot right now. People want to learn. They have a yearning to learn a new skill. Now, the economy in the US is pretty good right now. And people, even though they might have a job, they might want to learn a new skill so that they can find a new job, because they're jobs that are available. Now, if you're in another country, people are wanting to learn skills to be able to have a better life. And that ability to connect online and take a course is huge. I mean, I know Udemy instructors in other countries who make more on Udemy than people in their own country make at jobs, you know. And same thing here in the US. I mean, we know people that are Udemy instructors that make more than what the average American earns in a 9-to-5 job. But this kind of stuff online is huge at changing lives, because like I was saying earlier, the trip that I took is all from money that I've earned online. Now, I will admit that I don't have rent right now because I live with my folks and they're away and I watch their plays. So I don't have that expense, but I'm able to pay my bills each month on time and be able to have some entertainment, going out sometimes and having a dinner or drinks or whatever with friends. And I couldn't do that before Udemy because I had lost my job. The economy was bad. And then I came across Udemy and the affiliate marketing program, and it's changed my life. And that's what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about Udemy life.
I think you touched upon some great points. You can make as much money as you want online, but I think you should focus on what's your why. Like, why are you doing this? Why are we selling courses for $1 or $2 as part of our monthly income? It's because, number one, we want to hit all customer segments, because we know that not everybody can afford even $10 or $15 for a course. And we genuinely do want to help people. Mm-hmm. And because we know that, I mean, my students, they come from 35% of the US. Like, I mean, there are plenty of people in the US who wouldn't even want to spend $10 on a course. Never mind, like, people and students in India who are in poverty. So, I mean, just helping people and even just make some sort of money online will be beneficial to them. If somebody can replicate dentist's success with making $800 a month, that's huge. Even exactly. If they do a full-time job and part-time. So I was never really a proponent of selling my courses at $300 full price anyways, because number one, when I had my courses listed at that, I didn't actually expect people to enroll for that much. I did, $10, $15. And every time even somebody did enroll for that, I would say, hey, I wasn't actually expecting you to enroll in this course for that much. I don't even think my course is worth $300. Here's a $10 coupon, get the refund for the other things. So we genuinely want to help people, and we're not completely, obviously we want to make money too, but it comes with first the genuineness of wanting to help people, and then comes the money.
Yeah, I'm a believer in what's called the law of reciprocity. And that's basically, or things like karma or whatever. It's like, I want to educate others to give other people a better life. And so that, the courses that I create are helping people to be able to do the things that I've done so that they can succeed too. And that doesn't matter where they're at in the world. All they need is an internet connection, because I always talk about, I'm always fascinated by how inexpensive a computer is these days. I get things from places online where I've seen Chromebooks for $99, and a Chromebook you can do a lot of stuff on. You could do the Udemy affiliate marketing on a Chromebook. You don't need something really powerful to do that. And an internet connection. And most places, a coffee shop or whatever, have Wi-Fi connections. All hotels have Wi-Fi connections pretty much. Our downtown, where I live, the entire downtown area is Wi-Fi. So I could go down there if I didn't have internet at my home, because we know that that's where you're going to see the expenses with an internet connection. But if I go to a library or a Starbucks or whatever, it's really simple to do that kind of stuff these days, which is really cool.
Yeah. And I know you're all about the digital nomad life and everything else. Okay. So, I feel like at this point we've done a lot of hyping again of what we do and everything else. So do you want to dig back in and I'll explain how I market skillhance.com? And
let's answer this question real quick, and then we can talk about that. Okay.
With the one that says you make all of your own content for Udemy, right?
Yeah, which is yes, you have to.
Yeah, I answered that real quick in the chat before.
Oh, okay. Well, next time, do me a favor, click on that X so that I don't see those.
All right, we got Phil's answered question. What are y'all drinking?
Yeah. So yeah, you go for it.
Okay. So, well, basically how I'm going to market skillhance.com is, I mean, one of the ways is a podcast. And what's great about it is we're going to make this Blab right now into a podcast. So I know there's only 13 people watching this Blab right now, but you're going to have replays of this Blab. So that's one way that, we're talking about what I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now is skillhance.com. So that's how it just gets marketed. It's just awareness with all that stuff. So we're turning this Blab into a podcast, which will be seen by however many people. We're going to post it on YouTube, which will be seen by however many people. We're going to embed it onto Facebook, post it into groups, however it'll help people to learn how to make money online, teaching on Udemy and beyond. Another way is also doing interviews. We're going to have people on here who have their own audiences. Dennis is a phenomenal networker, probably the best that I know. So we're going to both get people on, interview them, create that kind of content as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're saying that because this is the first show. And so Matt and I wanted to talk about a little bit about what we've been doing the last few months because we were kind of on hiatus and now we're doing this show. And it's not about us. We want to talk to other instructors out there and share their stories so that we can bring you great information. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. And
of course, so we're gonna be on every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, I got that mixed up today.
And one of the other things that we're going to be doing too is, using Instagram as well, using a quote from this Blab. I know I've already mentioned that. And one thing that I didn't mention is everybody goes around on social media or even Yahoo or anything else, and you find articles, whether it be about your niche or in your industry. Well, the next time, what I want you to do when you find one of those articles in your niche or industry, scroll down to the bottom, find the email of that person who wrote the article, and write them back, email them explaining who you are and what you do and how successful you are doing it. And then maybe you'll have that same person write a similar article about how you're unique and interesting. And then you're going to have that same article either on Yahoo or anywhere else. So I think that's also a great way to spread your message and things like that. Some other few things that you can do to market your website.
Your notes.
I'm actually literally just looking at my to-do list right now about how I'm going to market Skillhance, which is great. So uploading my content onto Udemy, Skillshare, other platforms who already have an audience that I can leverage. Connecting with people on Facebook groups. One great Facebook group is Smart Passive Income with Pat Flynn. You can literally network with people in that group, genuinely get to know them and take interest and teach them something in the group. For one example, I was explaining my Udemy experience in the group because Udemy is still up and coming. I don't know how many people in here know about Udemy already. I'm sure all of you do. But not many people on Smart Passive Income Facebook group know about it. So I was explaining my experience when it was properly, when I could explain it, when I was allowed to. And now I have an interview with a few people who I met on there. So I'm going to be able to use and leverage those opportunities in order to market skillhance.com. Dennis, you can jump in, see how you market some of your things, and then I'll jump back. So I'm not just talking here, leaving you twiddling your hands and just propping.
I'm looking at my Pepsi over there. I was just like listening to the stuff that you were talking about, and I just pasted the link to the Smart Passive Income show into the chat because I follow Pat Flynn. Another cool group too that I like is the Side Hustle Nation, which is it's like Nick Loper, and Nick is actually a Udemy instructor too. So he's got a group about 9,780. He's got a nice group over there, the Side Hustle Nation, and he lets you talk about, like, on Fridays, you can, shameless promotion, or you can plug, your wins for the week and stuff like that. So those are great places to follow. Don't always just go to these groups and just share, like, your stuff or whatever. Do what Matt's getting involved within the group and asking questions and sharing thoughts and stuff like that. That's just the same thing, like with my group, anything Udemy, which used to be, just marketing specific. I let people post their course coupons in there, but I want people to be active members of the group and sharing information, because you all grow from that. We all grow from sharing information, just like what we're doing today on Blab. Matt is sharing great information with you. He's got this great website that he's going to work with instructors at promoting their courses in other places besides Udemy. And the same thing that I do with my websites and groups and email lists, that we're helping people grow their income and have better lives by doing that.
Sure. And again, it's just about genuinely helping people and adding value to their lives. Because if you're just starting out, even with me, I mean, even with Dennis and I, we're not just starting out, but the vast majority of people don't know who we are. So if we go in and just start promoting everything that we want to do, that's not going to work. What will work is genuinely adding in conversation into the group and adding value to people's lives, and actually genuinely wanting to do so. So that's one of the ways that you do to market your $1 courses. I see you're drinking water now, but I was or Pepsi, whatever. I'm drinking water. So I just want to, do you want to touch upon more ways that you do to the market, or did you?
Well, what I would like to do is maybe open it up at this point for questions, since we're getting, it's actually the top of the hour. So if somebody maybe wants to come in and ask us questions on what you do, what I do, we could do that. Okay.
And I guess while we're doing that, then I can continue with what I was talking about too. Just a few more ways that I do to market my own website, skillhance.com. I think one of the best ways too that I'm going to start doing is creating an affiliate program. So for the affiliates, finding the affiliates, there are plenty of Facebook groups that you can do so. Using your network that you've built already up to this point, you can give people a commission for enrolling students into skillhance.com. So for instance, I'm marketing for $19 a course. You can earn up to 75% of commission for that. So I think that, getting people on board doing that and giving people decent amount of commission for that will work. And a lot of the how to make money online things, like there are a lot of affiliates who are out there, because a lot of people would rather just market a product than actually make one themselves. Let's see, social bookmarking, I think, is a big one too. Having other people list your blog posts onto Reddit. You can list your own blog posts onto dig.com, stumbleupon.com. And leveraging their audience and getting people to your website by doing things like that, social bookmarking, as well as right now leveraging my 50,000 students on Udemy. For all I care, you can get 50,000 unique students by giving it away for free, and you can use that to leverage those opportunities. You can email people who are already writing about topics in your niche. Hey, I'm Matt Bernstein with 50,000 students across 186 countries. People are going to look at that and find that you're successful doing so. So that's just one way. I mean, my students aren't free, but that's just one route that you can do. So I've been on Udemy since January of 2014, and I've built up 50,000 students, and you can leverage that by working with other people in partnerships. So that would be one way to do so. And also leveraging Udemy in the fact that you can have a bonus lecture at the very end of your course, and it's a marketing free-for-all. I can use that bonus lecture to market Skillhance all that I want to. And the way that I'd leverage it would be, hey, send you $10 promotional emails per month for every time I come up with a new Udemy course. How about instead of that, how about you join my membership website for $7 a month, and you can get access to all new courses. And it's just better value for them. They get access to all my courses instead of having to pay $10 every time I come up with a new course. You can also send out educational announcements every time I come up with a new blog post. I can send that pertains to the course. So in my selling on eBay courses, I can come up with a cool new blog post and just link that to my website and send an email to my current Udemy students. Those are just the ways right now that I'm using and leveraging skillhance.com and leveraging the things that I already have and already have built. So as you can see, I'm doing all free things. I have a rule. I'm going to max out the free before I start doing paid, because if you don't have the proper funnels in place for doing paid, you might as well just put that cash into a trash bag and burn that on fire, because you're not going to do well. So Dennis, we'll open it up to you. And has anyone, yes, we have had one question. Dennis, would you like to answer that?
Sure. Oh boy, there goes my voice. So Johan is asking, the majority of students never get, he wants to join us live. So let's do that. Hey, Johan.
Hi, Johan.
Uh-oh.
What?
Can we hear you? Yeah, we can hear you. Right?
I can't hear him.
Uh-oh.
You're going to teach me how to do that, Johan. I like that bottom. iOSonlinecourses.com. I like that.
Now he's just got to figure out where his audio is at. And you're on a map. Yeah.
You can hear him, Dennis?
I don't know. Johan. Can't hear you.
All right. So, Dennis, you want to just fill the time while we get...
Well, he's asking, the majority of students never get to the last lecture, hence they will never see the bonus lecture, any advice. And that's kind of true.
I disagree on that. I know I've gotten decent amount of referrals from my bonus lecture, because when I have my Udemy courses on there for a discount, I added a unique coupon code to that. So I've noticed that I had some sales well as,
Yeah, some. So it's better than none, definitely.
For sure. It's just like, it's not like your end all be all that you want to just, have the bonus lecture to do. It's just one thing that you're leveraging to monetize. I have my Fiverr gigs there, and and the people who have bought in my Fiverr gigs were referred from Udemy and my bonus lectures. So I wouldn't necessarily say that not all people reach the last lecture. Sure, people won't reach the last lecture, but there are some, and it's just one way to leverage and monetize what the resources that you have.
Yeah. Scott has a new course on Udemy marketing that he's got like 8 different areas to market in, and that's one of them. And he was just talking about, a PDF, because I created a PDF for this Blab with resources. And I think that most of my courses have the same thing with the bonus lecture. And you can do almost anything. You can put a link right to a landing page that collects email addresses in the bonus lecture, as well as your YouTube channel, so that you can get new subscribers and things like that. But it has to be, labeled bonus lecture, and it has to be at the end. If it's not, then they're going to come knocking on your door and say you're going to get a strike if you don't change this around. But there's probably a good percentage of Udemy instructors that don't even use that. So they're, as they say, leaving money on the table. So that's definitely something that people want to take a look at. Johan, we still can't hear you. I don't know what it is. You can you can go back out. Try unplugging if you've got the headset plugged in. Unplug it and see if the audio for just the internal mic from the Mac picks you up. I know that.
Also, you can set your microphone up there. There's like a little camera on your web browser, and you can just click that and see if it's accessing the right materials. Because number one, I actually have a webcam right above this one, and for some reason it's not picking up on it. And I just figure, we'll use it for the next one.
Is this any better now?
Yes.
All right. Somehow I just had to reset the, like you said, in the top right corner of the Chrome browser, I could just play with the camera and the microphone, and I just did it. I only did it once, but somehow I had to do it again. Anyway, I'm glad to be able to speak.
Oh, now we lost Matt. You see what you did?
It's my fault. I swear I did not boot you out. It wasn't me.
It's like, why are we seeing Matt's chest and not his face? Welcome.
We can hear you now.
This is the new webcam. Do you guys see a difference? Or is the other one better?
It's more zoomed in. Like we can see you. Like we can see every detail of your face now.
No, it's a little bit better quality, or no?
I'd say I don't know. It looks about the same to me.
Okay.
So I don't know why, like, we get to the end of the blab, almost to the end of the blab, and now we've got people who want to come in unless they're, I don't know.
Well, I guess because I'm here now. That's why.
Yeah. So did we got the question answered though, right?
Yeah, definitely. Now it's still, I'm still trying to think of ways to get my students to, to be able to promote more to the Udemy crowd, in the sense that basically the tools that we left with are the bonus, this bonus section and the promotional announcements. These are like the main two tools to be able to promote. Now, I do have my own website where I have my own courses, just like you, Matt. The way I do it is like $99 a year. And what I do is that the difference between what I do there and Udemy is that I have some exclusive content that's only there that I will never put on Udemy. So that anyone that's taken some stuff on Udemy and then likes what I do, they would go and take what I have there as well. Now, what I try to do is like add more contents to it, such as it's not just about video lectures and courses. It's actual, like projects, templates, anything that's specific to my crowd. Now, my crowd is all about iOS programming and making games and things like that. So it might be a bit different than yours. So in my audience, people are very fond of having source code. They love to have the code of the next video game that just came out, and you make a clone of it, and they love to have it so that they can tweak it and publish it. So, it's different crowd, so it might not work for you. But by doing this, I noticed that some people just take the course just because they want that piece of product. It's not even for the course itself. Have you noticed that in any of your courses too?
Wait, what I was going to say was I think that's like a great thing, because it's not necessarily just people just want information. They also might want the software that you're talking about. So, right. So like offering my templates, or Dennis offering, if you get a deal with Lead Pages, to offer that kind of stuff to your audience. It's not just about information. What was your question, Johan?
My question is that, I even forgot what my question was. Dennis, did you follow what I was saying? I put you on the spot right there, Dennis.
Yeah, I'm letting Matt, I was letting Matt answer that, and I was watching the chat over there. Sorry, go ahead.
Cut you off. I don't know.
What?
I cut him off, so I didn't know what he said at the end.
Oh, go ahead, Johan. Repeat what you were saying, because
I was something along the lines of what I noticed is that some people take the courses because they want the free stuff that comes with it, not just for the course itself. Have you noticed anything like that in your own courses, or do you even try anything like that? Have you ever tried?
No, just because I don't know how to really build software or anything like that, and I don't know if I can get a deal with Camtasia or anything else that I use. Dennis, have you done that?
Done what specifically?
Add some freebies that are only specific to your course, and that people would just come to your course because they want to get this freebie.
Oh, you mean like free WordPress hosting or something like that?
For example, or I don't know, a free WordPress plugin that you created or something like that.
Yeah, no, I haven't offered anything like that specifically. I've seen instructors offer hosting and stuff like that to entice people to take a course or whatever. I could technically do that if I wanted to, because I have a hosting. I do hosting on the side through Greenhost or it's called Greenhost USA, but it's HostGator, and I resell it. But I've never done that because until I saw other instructors offering that stuff, I thought, that's interesting. But I guess one could do something like that. I don't think that does Udemy frown on that, Matt, at all? I don't think they do.
You know what? I don't know, because I know in the last lecture you can do whatever you want in the marketing free-for-all. I also think that if you mention something like that in the like the course goals or like the course materials, you know, when it says like, you know, you need hosting for you to take this course and actually build a website. So if you have that in your materials section, then I think you're going to be able to offer that in your course anywhere.
Yeah.
And any questions that you might have, I would always get it in writing with the instructor support or the trust and safety team at Udemy. You can always ask them questions, and then get it in writing, and then save that email. So anything that I know that I ask them that's in the gray area, I just ask them, and then I always get it in writing. So I would make sure to do that. I
did have some issues once, like a copyright issue, and Udemy didn't want to publish my course. Is that I was giving the source code of an iPhone app, an iPhone game, and they thought that I was giving away a source code that was not mine. You know, in the sense that I was taking it from some website and just, you know, infringing copyrights. But so I had to prove that it was mine, my stuff. Yeah, but that's the only problem I ever had with that.
Yeah, it just, I mean, like Matt was saying, it's always good to run that stuff by, you know, Udemy, and then
that's the safe side. You know, always have things written down. So if something later on, you know,
could you prove it that it was yours?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, just had to open the code and look at my name everywhere.
So yeah, that's me. Yeah, so it's like Matt was saying. I think that's the best route for people to go, is just get Udemy to write off on what you're wanting to do with a yes or a no, to what we call CYA, cover your abs. But yeah, I mean, that's something that somebody could consider to definitely use to get people to come to or to enroll in your Udemy course.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the way I see it is that Udemy has been out for 3-4 years now, and now we arrive to a point where we have many, seasoned instructors on this platform, and they want to go they want to take it seriously. You know, like now we've tried the platform, we know it works, we know how to make it work, but we want to take it, one level above, and that's what many instructors are doing right now, is trying to figure out which ways to make this happen, and also not just focus on Udemy. Try to find ways to get away from Udemy, not completely away, because it's a win-win relationship between yourself and Udemy. But you also, you try to also create your brand and your online authority, and maybe why not, instead of giving 50 or 70% to Udemy, with sometimes you really give up to 70% of your revenues. Why not get 100% or so on some courses, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what we all are, at some point. Right now, there's many instructors at this specific point in their life. And I can foresee already that there's this new trend where so many Udemy instructors are trying to get with other Udemy instructors to find, okay, what's your strategy that's been working and which one has not worked yet, and things like that.
It's always a good idea to work with others and build relationships to be able to share that information to help others out where you see opportunities of success to help people out. And that's one of the reasons why we do the Blab, is to be able to help others out. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Johnny Ray real quick here, because he's and you can hang out with us. I just wanted to give him an opportunity to answer his question. How's it going?
Going good, fine. How y'all doing?
Good, Johnny.
Very good. Have you found a good way to stream your green screen? Every program I get out there is not really that great. I can do a really good job in my Premiere Pro. I'm doing my videos, but the live stream one, I've gone through maybe 30 different ones.
To stream your video from,
Like I am right now, I got a green screen behind me. I got Venice behind me.
Yeah, you're not in the streets.
I look bad. I look bad. There's only so many settings. This is with a thing called Sparko. It does something, but that do real high quality like I'm used to, like in Premiere Pro. I can't find anything that works. I guess I've been through maybe 30 or 40 programs now.
Matt, have you, like when you had your green screen, did you explore any of that stuff?
I don't think I was any good at the green screen thing, so I just have the backdrop that you see now, and I just do screencasts and PowerPoint presentations. But I know that with the lighting and filming and everything else and editing, not necessarily green screen, but I know that Phil Ebener knows a lot about that stuff, and he has a Blab actually in about 4 hours from now. Or you can just ask him on Udemy or something like that, because I know he knows a lot, and I don't really know much about that.
He's still with us, I think. Yeah, he says, honestly, he doesn't know anything about, oh my gosh, Phil, there's something that he doesn't know.
It's really hard. I have gone through, but I found a good one. I'll let everybody know. But I have tested now maybe 30 different programs.
The one that's behind you looks good.
Yeah, is that like sailboats or?
Oh, this is a live video from Venice, Italy.
Wow.
Excuse me.
That's
Nice.
it. You're doing it right now. That looks good.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, I look. It's terrible. I'm used to high quality stuff like a Premiere Pro, and so I'm used to good stuff, and this isn't making it.
Well,
But
Phil's giving you props on that, so he likes it.
But something that reminds me of is that we have all these instructors that have this problem of finding a good place where you can record and do all your courses, because nowadays everyone needs to have their kind of head, or even recording the promotional video where you need to show yourself. So you got to have a green screen, and it takes a place. It takes a lot of room in your own house to have all this material there, and not everyone can afford this extra room. And that's a new problem that many people have. And I've seen on Udemy Studio on Facebook, the group. Some people are in their bathroom, others are in their closets, and some in their kitchens. Hint, hint. But that's what I'm saying. We arrive to a place where it's hard to find the right place between work and home, and that's one of my problems. Like sometimes I go to my fiance's place and I have no way to do anything there, and that's a problem for me. But I'd like to hang out there more often. But sometimes you cannot even do a live blab or be online at all. You guys having these issues too?
No, it's like I live in Idaho, and I don't think there's ever been like a place where I've had an issue with something like that, because most of the internet speeds around here, I'm at 50 megabytes on my download, and that the upload is a little not as great, but I haven't really had any problems connecting or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I uploaded 10, which helps a lot.
Yeah, you're in Miami, Johan. You should have blazing fast internet.
Miami is not really in the United States, to be honest. It's a beast on its own, to say the least.
Yeah, I remember. I think I had to swim last time I went there.
I know. Yeah, when it gets flooded. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy's just up the road from you there in Jacksonville, Florida, right, Jeremy? And he was complaining that it was cold last week. It was 42 degrees. He said it was cold.
Okay, yeah. In Miami,
42, it's really cold.
64 a day, 65. Yeah. So anyway, hey guys, we're coming up on just after the.
I enjoyed everything, y'all. I'm gonna head out.
Hour and a half mark. So I think that we're going to go ahead and wrap things for today. And we invite everybody to join us next week at the same time. So that's Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 on the Eastern time zone. And if you go up above, you can hover over Matt or myself or even Johan, and you can add us to blab. And so when Matt and I have a blab, you'll get notification of that. And we hope that you enjoyed today's show. There'll be a replay available, and you can find me online at dennisjsmith.com. And remember, onebuckcourses.com and onlinecoursecoupons.com when you have Udemy courses that you'd like to share discounts with others, or if you want to enroll in a Udemy course at an insanely great price. Matt, where can people find you at online?
I'm glad that people were able to join us today. If you got some great information out of it after this is done, if you could share it, that would be awesome. Share it to somebody that you think that could benefit from this. And people can find me on skillhance.com. And I'm going to copy and paste my resources page for all the resources that I use in order to be successful making money on Udemy.
Great. And I just threw in my resources there too. And Johan, since you're still with us, I'll go ahead and let you give a plug for your website real quick.
Okay, sure. It's iosonlinecourses.com/business.
Great. And he's got a podcast too that I was just recently on. And Matt, by the way, like offline, I told Matt about that. So maybe you might want to have Matt on there as a guest so that he can go talk about what he's doing. Sure. He's got some great information.
I wouldn't mind being on your podcast.
Yeah, the more you put your presence out there, the more people, the more exposure, the better it could be. So definitely, yeah.
Yeah, if you're down to have me on, that would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if you listen to Dennis' episode. I don't think it's out yet.
No,
the reason why it's not out is that there was some really good information, so I decided to get someone to transcribe it. So in the
great.
Yeah, in the next 40 hours or so, I get a transcription, and then I'll just send you the link.
Okay, sounds good. All right, everybody have a great evening. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to tune in on Blab later for Dave Espino and Phil Ebner. They have their show coming up within a few hours. So check that out and you'll learn even more. Take care. Bye.
Wait, don't ask.
Yeah. What?
Phil, I just wanted to say thank you for making the GIF. We couldn't figure out how to post it on here. So we'll do that next time. But Phil Ebner made all the artwork for it. Him and Dave Espino, two phenomenal, successful Udemy instructors. They have a show at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go check that out. You won't regret it.
All right, great. He's giving you some props. See you, everybody. Take care.
And give us a shout out too, Philip. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Love you guys.
Bye.